everybody, this is Sunny Bomb Tarot, and today's reading will be what do you need to overcome and how will you overcome it. So this reading may be triggering for some viewers just because we'll be talking about things about ourselves or about yourself that needs changing, and it can be triggering to hear just the parts about you that you don't want to confront. So please watch this video with that in mind, or click off the video because it could be triggering to some people. And for those of you that stay, the first group is Mycorrhizal Fungi. I think that's how you say it, and it's connect with your soul community. And then group 2, we have Heart's Ease, learn by fully feeling. And then group 3, we have Comfrey, and it's root down to rise up. So take your time to pick your pile. You can pause the video if you need more time, and in the description there will be the times to find your pile, and whenever you're ready, go down into the description and click on your time. I'll see you in group 1. Hello group 1, so if you chose Mycorrhizal Fungi, this was going to be your reading. Let's prop this up. And so we have kind of the darker cards to start us off. So we'll just be going through and seeing what you need to overcome. And then after that, we will see the advice that you need. And we'll be doing the advice cards after that. And if we need more information, we'll get more tarot. And let's just get everything set up and let's see what's happening. So from the, I'm not sure what this deck is. I think it's like the shadow deck. This is the Artificial Heart card. So number 12. Then we have Zachariel, Angel of Memory. We have 2 of these tarot cards. I call this my my hard truth tarot deck for me. This always gives me the hard truth. So we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the 8 of Cups, and then we have the Moose, accepting a powerful animal's control. And then this is my own deck that I made up of poems that I've made, or just little excerpts from my mind. And this one is from 6/29/2020. I've just been letting the phone ring. The purple cards usually have the more sad cards, I guess you could say. And then we have the 7 of Swords. So starting off with Mycorrhizal Fungi, connect with your soul community. I believe that you're feeling maybe not attached to anyone, or it's hard to be attached to anybody. There's this feeling of pretending to be somebody you're not with groups of friends or groups of family members, and you feel like nobody really accepts you who you are. I have a feeling with Angel of Memory, Zachariel, that you tend to look back a lot on the good days, just because nostalgia really clouds our mind, and we really don't understand that even in the good old days there were bad times. A lot of the times nostalgia clouds that, and everything looks good in the past. I have a feeling you look back on your childhood fondly, but you may want to be a child again so badly, or want that nostalgic like niceness again so badly, that you miss out on moments in your life in the now. There's a feeling of glorifying the past and glorifying what was instead of what could be and what is currently. I've just been letting the phone ring, you may have been starting to ignore the people in your life. You may feel like even the people that have good intentions, you may feel like they're just not really looking out for your best interests, which couldn't be further from the truth. Like, yes, there are always shallow people in life, and there are always people that will not really care about our emotions, but these people that are calling you, or these people that are trying to reach out to you, they're really on your side. They're in your best interest, and you're just kind of not letting them in. I feel like with moose, especially since they can be so hard to gauge, I think is the word, or like they're very aggressive when they don't seem like they could be that aggressive. Like, if you don't know what a moose could actually do, you could just be like, oh, it's just a big animal, they're just like just a gentle giant. But moose can be pretty dangerous, and I feel like you started lashing out at the people around you, and you're lashing out at those around you, and you feel like you don't have anything left where you currently are. I feel like, especially with these cards, this guy in the, let me try and put this somewhere you can actually see it. Well, I'll just show you for now. So the Seven of Swords guy, he kind of has his eyes closed. Same with, Zachriel doesn't even have eyes in this picture, and her eyes are kind of cloudy and artificial heart. I feel like you're not seeing things for what they truly are. You're kind of avoiding what really is. You're avoiding what's really happening. Or you're seeing things in a light that's not true. You're seeing things as this is the worst possible outcome. You're seeing everything as like the what if, the worst possible choice. You're not really seeing the bigger picture, and you're not seeing the people around you that wish to help you. There's a lot to unpack here for you, because they want you to connect with your soul community, your family, your friends, the people that care about you, but you've been distancing yourself, and you've been kind of giving them the cold shoulder, and your heart may have gone cold. These people may say your heart's cold, but they don't mean it in a way to hurt you. They mean it in the way that they want to be there for you, to help you. They really just want to be let into your life and help you through whatever you're going through. Because you're going through a lot, Group 1. And pushing people away is never the answer. And I know a lot of you, if this is your situation, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I've heard that before. But it truly is. When you push people away, you're expecting them to stay away. You're expecting them to stay away, and you're only giving them a reason to stay away from you. You're looking for reasons that these people can't be trusted so much that you're putting these expectations onto these people, and there's nothing they can do but go with what you're putting onto them. So if you're putting onto them like you're putting these expectations onto them that they're just going to leave you. If you wholeheartedly believe that they're just going to leave you, that is what's going to happen. Because you're putting that expectation on this person, and you're looking for it at every turn. There's not much else. There's not any way that they can go except for what you put out in front of them. It's like a person who is angry at somebody, and they only look at this person for the reasons they can be angry at them. They never see all the good times that this person has had with them, or all the good things this person's done for them. They're only seeing the bad things, and they're putting that against this person. I hope it makes sense with what I'm saying. I think you're really in a stuck spot, Group 1. But it doesn't have to be that way. Your mind is your own worst enemy. You yourself is your own worst enemy. In this situation, you're not letting anybody through to help you. You're avoiding all the people that really want to help you. You've just been letting the phone ring. I want to see if I can get any more of my little poem cards and see what else is happening. Let's see if I can get anything else for group 1. What does group 1 need to overcome? So we have, I'd draw you, but I don't think I'd ever catch how beautiful you are. 6/1/2020. Those dates could be important, or the numbers could be, just take it as it resonates. It's hard to regain lost trust. Somebody in your childhood could have betrayed you somehow, could have backstabbed you, and I feel like you may have carried that since then. You're always looking for the moment that people will betray you. You're always looking for the moment that people will leave you. You may write poetry as well. You make me want to write poetry, 6/24/2020. It could be a way that you're coping. It could be possible that spirits are speaking to you through little snippets of words or through poetry. And then we have 8/18/2020. I can't wait to get away from this place. If you're still living with your parents, you may feel trapped in your own home. You may feel like they're against you. And for some situations, they may be. But there's these other people around you, these friends, maybe even siblings that care for you, and they're trying to reach out to you, and you're just kind of putting up a wall. And they're really, really trying to get through to you, but you've kind of solidified your heart. I'm hearing like gray rocking when you're in an argument and you just stop letting emotions show in your face. You may be very comfortable with doing that, or that may be something you do a lot. With this group, I'm sensing a lot of like childhood trauma, or just a not so great childhood where you may have had to grow up faster because it was kind of forced onto you, or you had to take care of your siblings. You may be the one they look up to if you have siblings, or you had to grow up fast because your parents weren't really there. And I'm so sorry for that group 1. Things always get better. And I know it's so corny to say, but things always get better, group 1. Things will always get better. And spirits are really wanting you to know that. They want you to know things get better. You're okay. And they're urging you to open up again to the people that really care about you. Connect with your soul community. Excuse me while I take a drink. So, what I'm really sensing here with you, group 1, is that you grew up too fast and you kind of keep your emotions to yourself. And spirits are saying this won't last much longer. And don't think for a second that things won't get better for you. Your mind makes your reality. You have to start believing and start manifesting this great life ahead of you. They don't want you to continue this ancestral pattern, this family karma that's been in your bloodline for generations. because you deserve better and you're going to get better. Let's see what we have in store for your advice. You're such a strong person, Group 1. I want you to know that personally, and also from spirits. You're such a strong person. With 5th chakra, the throat chakra, we have truthfulness. For the Work Your Light Oracle, we have yes. I was just stunned to kind of see that card. So if you had a question in mind for this reading, the answer in a positive way is yes. So if you asked like a question about, is my life going to get better? Yes. Because this yes card will only go for really positive things. Like if you're asking if things will get better, yes, they'll get better. Things are getting better for you. Then for 41, we have sundress. Do it for you. So the 5th chakra little affirmations here, we have, I am truthful and honest with myself. I aim to overcome any fears about speaking my truth, and I speak in a loving, considerate way. My personal empowerment comes from telling the truth and letting others know who I am. Others will be positively uplifted when they hear my truth, and I take care not to exaggerate in order to impress them. I am careful not to let my mind mislead me, and in turn others. I avoid gossiping or speaking negatively of others. I'm definitely getting the your mind makes your reality from this advice. Start, if you have to, start small. Start by really believing in these things for you. As first 41 sundress, 5, 4 and 1 is 5, it means change. Do this for you. If you have to, do it for somebody you care about. If it's too hard to do it for you, but know that it is for you. It's for your higher good. It's for your best interest, and it's for your beautiful future ahead of you. This is so important for your future. And they're saying to be truthful with the people around you. Be truthful with yourself, most importantly. Know that you yourself may have been misleading. Your mind may have been misleading you. Your past may look a lot better than it actually was living through it because of nostalgia, or your mind may be misleading you in the way that you think you can't have anything you want. You had to retrain your brain, sort of, and start affirming these positive thoughts. And there's this helpful thing that I've started doing where every time you have a negative thought, reaffirm that with a positive thought. So it takes a really strong person and a good amount of time to retrain your brain. And I know you can do that. Say if your brain says, my future, I don't know what I'm going to do for my future, I'm just going to end up like my parents. Reaffirm that thought into, I will succeed in my future. I'm living the life of my dreams. I am in a successful job and I'm making so and so amount of money and I'm living a happy life and I'm content and comfortable and I'm safe. You have to start speaking these thoughts to yourself, training your brain to start believing in these things. And it takes a while for your brain on the first thought to be like, I am successful. Because as humans, we harbor a lot of self-doubt. It's only natural to be doubting of yourself, especially as spiritually awakened as you are, even if you may not realize it. It's hard to accept your thoughts as they are and gain these new positive ones. Because sometimes the disillusionment can be so strong. The the negative thoughts in your brain can be so powerful that they seem like the truth, when in reality it's the furthest from it. Spirits want you to do this for yourself. Of all things, you deserve happiness, you deserve success, and you deserve all the good things in this world. You are so powerful, Group 1, and you are so strong and brave, and I can sense how much you care about others, even though you may not show it. Because you really care about these people. And if this caring nature is only one-sided, you should know that you're such a beautiful person for being able to care even when somebody else can't. You are so strong, Group 1. And I know you can make it through this. Just keep reaffirming your thoughts. Keep saying, yes, I can have these things. Saying, yes, I'm allowed to be happy. I'm allowed to have these daydreams where I am living the life of my dreams. I marry the person that I love. I'm in a happy home. And I have an amazing job. Keep affirming these things. Spirit's telling me just maybe even before you go to bed, do I am affirmations. That's where you just say things like I am confident, I am beautiful, I am athletic, I am successful. Just start saying those things before you go to bed every night, and it'll really help in training your brain to bring those positive thoughts forward first before the negative ones. You can do this, Group 1. I'm so very proud of you for being here and for fighting and for being so strong. Do this for yourself. Say, yes, you can have these beautiful things, and be truthful with yourself. Fight the negative thoughts that your brain has been giving you, and really force those positive thoughts to stay. You have this soul community around you, and I'm sensing Spirit saying, like, text that friend back. Whoever's been texting you and you've been, sorry, I'm tongue-tied, but whoever's been texting you and you've been ignoring, text them back. Really get back in touch with your friends, because I'm sensing they're your found family. They're your soul community. Really get in touch with those people again. You don't have to push everybody away, because it's hard to do this on your own. With friends can make it so much easier. And I believe in you, Group 1. That is going to be your reading today, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed. Really, I really believe in you, and I know you can do this. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best of luck with your future. I love you. Bye. Hello, Group 2. So we started your reading off with my camera saying 2332. So you may have been seeing repeating numbers, or it could just be a sign from Spirit. If you look up the number, it could mean something. I'm not sure the exact meaning, but it reduces to 5 and 5, or 10. So I'm believing there's some kind of change coming for you. So if you chose Heart's Ease, learn by fully feeling, this is going to be your reading. So we'll start off with the darker cards, then we'll go into the advice. If this reading becomes uncomfortable or too much at any time for you, feel free to leave the video. But let's get started. So we have 19, Parasite. I'm sensing you may be in touch with an energy vampire. If you don't know what that is, there are just people around you that really like zap your energy. Like after you hang out with them, if you feel like you have no energy, that's an energy vampire. They usually just take up a lot of your energy. They may complain a lot, or they may use you as a therapist. I'm sensing this reading is going to be about feeling your own emotions and being able to say no to people around you because you may be a people pleaser. So then we have, I believe it's Yesod, root and connection. We have the Empress reversed. So definitely blocked emotions, blocked feelings, a blocked feminine energy. I think it's called Yurt, I'm not sure, but it's planting a homestead's independence. Definitely gaining independence for yourself and saying no when you need to. Then we have what's a bed so big doing in a house so small. This is from poetry that I've written. And I just kind of put them into cards. So the green ones are usually about places. So what's a bed so big doing in a house so small? And the date could be significant, 6/29/2020, or the numbers. Then we have the Two of Swords. So with you, group 2, I'm sensing that a lot of people may use you as a therapist. You could be the therapist friend that helps everybody through their problems, and then at the end of the day, you're the only one that's left with problems and nowhere to go. With the Empress reversed, I'm sensing there's a blocked feminine energy within you. It could be your second or... No, I'm sensing it's your root chakra, especially with root connection. I think you have a blocked root chakra where you have trouble standing up for yourself. You have trouble saying no. You have trouble having that independence from people to really be able to be on your own. With the Two of Swords over here, I'm thinking that it's, you have trouble choosing yourself over others. Because you know what it feels like to be sad. You know what it feels like to not be comfortable. You know what it feels like to be somebody's last choice. You know what it feels like to be those things, and you don't want others to feel them. But spirits want me to tell you that is not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to help these people. Your responsibility, your only responsibility to yourself, is to help yourself through your emotions. You are not responsible to anyone else's emotions except for your own. I'm sensing you, spirits are saying you should take a break from these people that are zapping your energy, from these people that, even if they have good intentions, they may be using you as a therapist without knowing. And you need to set boundaries with these people because they're really affecting you. I know it's difficult to watch the people around you that you care about suffer, but you are not responsible for how they feel. You do not have to make them feel good or make them feel happy or help them through something, because they're their own person. They can deal with their own problems. And there's people out there, like therapists, that can help. And they're just kind of using you as one because you're available and you want to help. And that's not a bad thing, but you're taking it to the extreme here. You're not establishing boundaries with these people, and it can be a hard thing to start with establishing boundaries when you've grown up as a people pleaser. I know it can be hard to establish your independence with being okay with being yourself and going through your own emotions. And I think you really need to take a break and a step back from these people to deal with your own problems that are coming through. You have to unblock this root chakra. Helpful ways can be meditation if that's not something you're into. There is root chakra cleansing music on YouTube that you can just listen to while you're doing whatever. Wearing the color red really helps, or eating red fruit, or red food, I mean. But yeah, red fruit could also help. Even holding a red crystal in your pocket, like anything red can help. with What's a Bed So Big doing in a house so small, I feel like your emotions are taking up a lot of space in your mind. Because our mind is kind of like a house. I'm not sure why this is coming through, but our mind is like a house where we have to take care of it. We have to take care of our mind. And just the same way that we take care of our body, we take showers, we exercise, we paint our nails, or um, we brush our teeth. It's kind of the same with our brain. It's just a little more difficult because it's not something you can physically do. So it may be helpful to, this is coming through from spirits, it may be helpful to, before you go to bed, imagine yourself cleaning what you imagine your house to be. Imagine yourself maybe sweeping the floor or cleaning dishes, maybe sorting through dirty laundry. It could be helpful to you to be able to just have a space in your mind that feels clean. Even if it's a made up space, and I know it sounds weird, but it could be helpful to just clean in your brain. Because symbolism really does help. The bed being so big and a house so small could represent how big your emotions feel. There could be days where your emotions feel maybe insurmountable. And there are days that they will feel like that, but it's never going to stay that way. You're able to conquer these emotions and you're able to understand them on a different level. Because the little house here, I just noticed, but it could help imagining yourself just cleaning up. You're needing to really reevaluate the people in your life and knowing who's using you as a therapist or as somebody to vent to, and nothing more than that. You need to find your true friends, and you may just need a day where you fully feel your emotions. It's not a bad thing to cry. It's not a bad thing to be angry. Emotions aren't a bad thing, and you may feel them strongly, stronger than other people may feel their emotions, but there's ways for you to put them into the world without it being harmful, because I feel like you could be afraid to express anger. A good way to express your anger is to just write it down in a journal, and if you have to, just rip up the paper afterwards, or burn it with a lighter, but do it somewhere safely. But really just getting rid of those emotions, just really writing them down, and then you could even just keep them in a journal. But just getting them out of your head really helps. So I'd like to get to the advice now. And let's see what you need to hear, or what will help you on this journey to fully feel your emotions and truly be able to set these boundaries. So we have third chakra, solar plexus, self-confidence. It definitely is harder to set boundaries when you have low self-confidence. I've come from that place, and I know how hard it can be. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Definitely this need to express your emotions. If you're not comfortable expressing them to people, express them in a notebook. And then sun, paint the sun back into your sky. Things may have gotten dark for you for a little while, or for a long while. I'm not sure what the timeline is for you, but they're saying by fully feeling your emotions and by getting them out into the world, maybe into a notebook, or maybe having a therapist, or even a vent to your friend once in a while without using them as a therapist, can really help you. Self-confidence, the affirmations are: I trust myself fully. I will not allow fear to feel or doubt to hold me back from doing what I am here to do. I have confidence, belief, and conviction in my abilities and goals. I welcome questioning by others, as this gives me a chance to clarify my truth, idea, and philosophies. I trust in a higher power, and I am open to new challenges. In general, you may just need to work on self-confidence to help you feel these emotions, to help you understand your emotions, and to help you set these boundaries. With Share Your Voice, you may be called to seek out a therapist, or you may be called to seek out a way that you can share your voice safely, like, again, in a journal. Just certain ways, even talking to your animal, if you have an animal, that can really help. Even talking to yourself can sometimes solve problems, and I know it sounds crazy, but it can really help, just talking like out loud. They're asking you to paint the sun back into your sky. They're asking you to really trust in yourself and put forth these boundaries. These boundaries will put the sun back into your sky. These boundaries will help you respect yourself, mostly. Boundaries are about self-respect as well as respect for others. When you make your boundaries, it's an act of self-respect, it's an act of self-confidence, and of knowing your worth. And it can be hard to gauge sometimes what these boundaries should be. But they're saying that you will understand where to make these boundaries, who to make them with, and boundaries can change. Boundaries are allowed to change. One day you may have a boundary that affects everybody, and then the next day that same boundary may just affect a few people. It's okay for boundaries to change. It's okay for them to fluctuate, because that is normal until you figure out where these boundaries can stay, or they may need to keep fluctuating. They may need to keep changing. And that is just the way it is. Have faith in yourself, group 2, because you are strong and you feel emotions on a different level than most people will. And spirits are saying you are so strong and you can accomplish these boundaries. You can get through these emotions, and you can really be comfortable with your life. I'm not sure what's coming through. Hold on. They're saying you can really just be able to have this life where you are comfortable with emotions. If you believed that before you weren't able to live a life where you weren't having people rely on you, they're telling you that you can have this life where you are your own person and you don't have to people please anymore. I think that's it for you, group 2. So thank you so much for watching. I wish you good luck with overcoming this, and thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Bye! Hello, group 3. So if you chose Comfrey, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to start out with the darker cards. If this reading gets too uncomfortable for you, or it's just too difficult to go through, please click off the video. Feel free to click off. For those of you that stay, thank you, and we'll get started with your reading. So we'll start with the darker cards, then we'll go into advice. So we have I Won't Cry For You, 22. Then we have Hod, left leg submission. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have Huckleberry, believing a growing worth. And we have If Only the Floorboards Didn't Creak. 8/2/2020. These are cards I made. They're poems from, or little just excerpts from my head that I put into cards, and the green ones are usually about places. And then we have the 6 of Wands. So what I'm sensing from you, Comfrey, root down to rise up. You're just on the edge of being free from this situation. You may have been, again, if this is too difficult of a reading, please feel free to click off. You may have been in an abusive relationship, or you may have been just in a relationship where you weren't as appreciated as you should be. It could have even been with family, where often you had to submit, or often you had to be the bigger person. You may have been the person in the family or the person in a relationship that always had to keep the balance. And that's really tough. I sense that you're on the walking away point of this. You could have ended this, or this could have ended quite recently. Because of Huckleberry, believing in growing worth. I believe you realized who you were in this situation. You realized how much you're worth, how much you're really worth, that you don't have to submit for these things, that you don't have to be the bigger person, you don't have to keep the balance anymore, because you deserve more than that. You deserve being celebrated for who you are. You deserve not having to keep the peace all the time. If only the floorboards didn't creak. I have a feeling that you were afraid to speak your truth in this. You were afraid to really speak about who you are and speak about your emotions, or about things that you wish you could do. Maybe this could be about like, it could have been about like going to college and doing something you wanted. It could have been about, you could have been in a family where you're expected to do a certain job. Like, you're expected to follow in your family's footsteps, like to be a doctor, to be a lawyer. Like, everybody in the family goes to be blah blah blah, and you didn't want that. You could be growing up and moving out of the house you grew up in, which is why you're able to not have to keep the peace anymore. You're able to be your own person. You don't have to submit to the people around you and what they want you to be. You're able to be your own person when you come out of this. I just saw my camera 4334. There's definitely, you're on the way out of this situation you were in. You're overcoming where you were stuck. You're rising up out of this situation. You're growing anew, because you're kind of taking yourself, I'm imagining like as you as a flower. You've been growing in like the cracks of a sidewalk for how long now, and you're like, I can't keep doing this. So you take yourself up and you go root yourself with a bunch of other flowers, and you're able to grow more beautifully, you're able to be stronger, and your roots can hold you and provide you more comfort. You're on the way out of a situation where you felt like you had to be the mediator. And you're finally seeing your worth, and you're able to celebrate who you really are, because you don't have to please these people. And you seem to have a really strong sense of self-confidence, and spirits are really applauding you on that. they're applauding you on your way to move on from these people and know that they're pushing these expectations on you, and you're able to choose yourself. They're really commending you for that. They're so happy you're choosing yourself, because you deserve that happiness, and whatever makes you happy is what you need to do. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, but like, since your situation's on the way out, there's not much more I can speak to. We might just have to go into advice. It's kind of like the ending of a chapter. You're closing whatever's left of this. And you're moving up. You're growing your roots in a safer place. Yes, self-sufficiency, first chakra. You're finding your that's so hard to say. Self-sufficiency, you're finding that. We have Mintakin, or Mintakin, I'm not sure. Longing for home, belonging the original light workers. So definitely finding your true home. Then we have Bitch Fire, stand up for yourself. I just think that's really cool, because you seem so strong and so knowing in yourself, especially on the way out of this. Spirits want you to know what you're doing is right. If you've had any doubts, what you're doing is what you need to be doing. The affirmations on the self-sufficiency card is, by finding material security without being materialistic, I will gain satisfaction, stability, and inner strength. I am resourceful. I put in the effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I take responsibility for where I now find myself in life as I move forwards. I get in touch with and trust my innate wisdom, which tells me that I will be provided with all I need. You're on your way out and into a more comfortable and safe and content life. You're on your way to your true home. You could be moving in with a friend or a partner, or it could, for a lot of you, it could just be by yourself. You're getting your own little apartment. You're moving away from the people that have put these expectations and these pressures on you. You are standing up for yourself and you're holding your ground. And that's a beautiful thing for you, Group 3. I'm so proud of you. Spirits are so proud of you. You made it through this. You're on the way up. The struggles of this are pretty much over. You may need help going through this. If there was any trauma with this later, you may need to seek out a friend for help, or maybe even therapy, a therapist. But the worst of the situation's over. You're on your way to do what you love, and you're on your way to be in a safe environment. And you're standing up for yourself. You've gained the self-confidence that your younger self may not have had. And spirits are so proud of you. You are finding your true home. You're finding your true home in yourself as well, and what makes you happy. I think that's it. I'm sorry your reading was so short, Group 3. I'm so proud of you for being on your way out. Spirits are so proud of you. Thank you so much for watching, Group 3. Again, I'm so sorry about your reading being so short, but just know that what you're doing, where you're heading, is the right direction. Thank you so much for watching, Group 3. I'm so proud of you. I wish you the best with your situation, and thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye!